In last Thursday's class that I taught, we did an experiment where we all held a state of being that was the opposite of greed. And as we held that state of being, we started taking notes about what we found in that state of being, meaning how we saw ourselves, how we saw the world. And the last thing that we explored was, from that state of being, what do we want? And it was a really remarkable experiment because everyone in that class had also attended the Creating Your Future 6-week course that I held a while ago. And what everyone wanted from this state of being that was the opposite of greed, which we ended up calling the state of nurturing. What everyone found is that what they wanted was very different than what they had done the work on in that Creating Your Future course, which was a really big wake-up call to all of us about the states that we're actually holding. So we may think that we're holding certain states. We may think that we're, really good people or very loving people, or that we're not greedy, or that we're not manipulative, etc. But when we are very much intentionally holding a state that we're not really trying to hold the rest of the time, we can see that the states that we are often holding are not in fact what we think they are. And that the amount of creating that we're doing from those states is more than we would like to admit. So this is something that we focus on in the Power of 3. We're addressing states of being in the beginning of the live alchemy that are uncomfortable and painful and that kind of thing. And we all know that they are. And in that field, I'm transforming these states into a more preferable state. So something like greed to nurturing would be a possibility of energetic transformation that would happen in a Power of 3. And what happens is, once the transformation occurs in these Power of 3 workshops or events, you get the recording and you can listen to the recording as many times as you want, and it's a literal transformation. It puts you in another state. We know at this point it's a literal transformation because now my friend and student Eric and I have begun actually tracking what's happening during these live alchemies with EEG, HRV, and voice spectral analysis. And it's proving that I really am holding a transformational field. And if you're one of the people that shows up to be in that field, you are having assistance transforming from a less preferable state of being into a preferable state of being. What this can do long term is change neural pathways, change the way you see the world, change the way you see yourself, change the overall mood that you have on a daily basis. So these are really important events. And in addition to that, you're getting an energetic treatment from Keith and Chantel. So our next one is tomorrow. And we don't know what it will be because the alchemy is always about whatever energy shows up. So I'm not saying it's going to be about greed. It's just that was a really good experiment that more advanced students did to show the difference, what happens when you can actually successfully change your state of being, and that the majority of people are not aware that that kind of change can occur within oneself in a 20-minute time period, and how it can affect the way you live and the way you see everything. So I really invite you to show up tomorrow. It's on Zoom. It starts at 8 o'clock EST. It usually lasts for an hour. We always say it's an hour and a half, but it's usually only an hour, and it's well worth your time, and then you get the recording also. So hope to see you there.